Well, hey everybody, this is Robert and welcome to Outbreak News TV. And on today's show, I want to look at a place a little bit different than what we've been seeing a lot in the news lately concerning measles. We've been hearing about the outbreaks going on in the United States, in Canada, in Europe, in Africa. However, I want to take a look at a country which is having their own measles situation in a part of the country. So let's go ahead and take a look at the measles situation in Hormozgan province, Iran. Not something you would normally hear about. And the Deputy Minister of Health of the Hormozgan University of Medical Sciences announced the identification of 70 cases of measles in Hormozgan province. And just to give you a little bit of geography, Hormozgan province is in southern Iran. The capital city is Bandar Abbas, and it's right there on the Hormuz Straits, directly across the straits from Dubai, UAE. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea of what part of the country I'm talking about. The Deputy Minister of Health stated, since the beginning of last year until today, during the process of monitoring rash and febrile diseases, 283 suspected measles cases have been identified in the province, of which 70 have been confirmed. He went on to add that cases have been reported in the city of Bandar Abbas, right, the capital of the province, and about 5 or 6 other cities within the province. Now, most of the infected people are from the marginalized population and people who have no history of vaccination. In fact, only 2 children with a history of receiving the measles vaccine have contracted the disease. He goes on to say, in order to quickly identify and diagnose contact cases, necessary follow-ups have been carried out and more than 14,000 households have been visited throughout the province. The Deputy Minister of Health of Hormozgan University of Medical Sciences noted, in this process, necessary training has been provided to households and over 1,600 doses of supplementary or delayed vaccines have been injected into people in contact with infected people according to the national guidelines. Now, regarding the status of vaccination coverage in Hormozgan province, he goes on to say, vaccination coverage in the province is still above 95%, but our goal is to have no delays in vaccinating any of the children and people at risk, and to fully and timely carry out vaccination in all regions of the province, especially the peripheral areas. Referring to the contagious nature of measles, he says, each patient with measles can infect 8 to 10 other people. Therefore, vaccination is the most important protective barrier against this disease, and vaccination coverage must be maintained at a high level to prevent the disease from spreading and the circulation of the virus. Since the beginning of 2021, no positive cases of measles has been reported in Hormozgan, which indicates the effectiveness of preventive measures and timely vaccination in controlling the disease situation in the province. And he went on to emphasize that the statistics and the status of suspected and confirmed measles patients are under close daily monitoring by the Minister of Health, and that the Ministry of Health is fully aware of the situation and the extent of the virus and disease in the province. He adds, at the discretion and order of the Ministry of Health, booster vaccination coverage will be carried out in various groups in a targeted and limited manner. However, up to this point, given the stable conditions of the disease and high vaccination coverage, there has really been no need for a booster dose. He also states, prescribing booster doses to everyone has no scientific basis whatsoever and should only be done in special circumstances according to the national guidelines. And this action is prohibited for people with a history of seizures, pregnant mothers, people undergoing chemotherapy, recipients of blood products, and people with a history of allergies. The Deputy Minister of Health concludes by saying, it is also important to note that routine measles antibody testing has no scientific basis. It is not recommended in any way. For the people of the province, please refrain from paying attention to rumors and unscientific information. And if you experience symptoms of measles, immediately consult a specialist or a comprehensive urban health service center so that timely treatment and preventive measures may be taken to prevent others from becoming infected. So, yeah, we're seeing measles in a lot of places around the world, including in Hormozgan province in southern Iran. So I just wanted to share that story with you that's not well publicized. And I want to go ahead and encourage you, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, Outbreak News TV. Like the video, comment below, share with your friends, and I'll see you next time on Outbreak News TV.